Hello, this is Organization with Olu. Today we're going to talk about profit ratios plus ARR in anticipation for paper 2 GCSE business. Okay, so let's get straight onto it. Now, there are two types of profit margins that you need to know. Okay, the gross profit margin and the net profit margin. Hopefully, you know these formulas, but in case you've forgotten, gross profit margin is the gross profit over revenue times 100. You must know what gross profit is. Okay, net profit margin as well is net profit over revenue times 100. Go back to your previous video and all the work you've done in your schools, and you should know what net profit and gross profit is. It's very, very important. Okay, what are the importance of margins? Because we hear about margins all the time. Okay, it's an indication of the ability of a business to control their costs. It shows whether a business can control their costs. For example, in 1 year, if your net profit is 40%, then the next following year, your net profit becomes 25%, then there's a problem with your costs in terms of cost of sales. So what it simply means, an example, if you have a gross profit of 25%, what does that mean? It means that 25p in every pound is gross profit. So obviously companies are looking for higher gross profits, okay? Unless it's a particular reason why they know they won't have a higher gross profit, maybe in terms of they've decided to expand or something like that. But normally you would be expecting to get a higher gross profit or at least a stable gross profit. Okay, is this good? Is 25% good? Well, it depends very much on what the target was. What was your target? Was your target 20%? Now you've got 25%, which is excellent. Okay, depends very much on what the target was. Again, what was the gross profit for previous years? If, like I said, if previously it was 40% and for no apparent reason it's now 25%, that shows there's a problem in terms of cost of sales. Also, the gross profit for other similar businesses. This is quite interesting because you can then compare on the whole industry and know what normally you would expect as a successful company in that industry to have in terms of gross profit. Okay. One question I want to ask you is, why is the net profit probably a better indicator of a performance in a business? This is because, okay, which I'm sure you know, hopefully you do, okay, that the calculation includes all the costs that have been paid by a business. Net profit shows all the costs, overheads, cost of sales, the whole lot. And as a result, gives a better overview than gross profit. Okay. Question, how can a company improve their gross profit margin? Several ways. Look at the cost of sales. Can cost be saved? Remember, cost of sales does not only include, it's not just the materials. It also includes delivery costs. It also includes energy costs. So there's a lot of different things you can look at. So if you're writing it, you've got a question on that, bear that in mind. It's not just the cost of materials. There are other things such as energy costs, delivery costs, all those things as well. Okay. And also the revenue. Is there anything that can be done with the revenue? Maybe using different types of pricing strategies. Is the product inelastic? In other words, if you increase the price, do you think will the demand change? If it's an inelastic product, maybe that's an opportunity to increase the price potentially. Okay. So without losing any customer. So these are things that have to be looked at. So these are very, very important parts of this, which you need to learn. Okay. So we're going to go straight into ARR. Okay. Average rate of return. This compares the average yearly profit from an investment with the cost of the investment, and it's stated as a percentage. Okay. Why? Let me put myself over here. And that's the formula, guys. You should know that average yearly profit over the cost of the investment. Let's just bring this up here like this. Okay. Now, what's one advantage of calculating ARR? It helps the business make a decision as to whether to invest in a business and use it to compare with other types of businesses. Okay. It tells the business, should they go for that particular investment? Should they make that investment, or should they go for another type of investment, or should they play the safe game and leave the money in the bank? Okay. So normally a higher ARR, it's a great thing, but you have to consider so many different aspects of it. Okay. First of all, you need to look at the level of risk. Is it a very risky investment? Okay. What's your risk tolerance like? Okay. Do you really want to take that kind of risk? Are there any guarantees in place? Or potentially could you lose all your money? So you need to look at all those things. So in other words, does the anticipated profit justify the risk? You've got to weigh that up. And also the yearly forecast of profits may be inaccurate. So you need to bear that in mind. Having said all that, obviously the higher the ARR, the much better for a business. So that's what those are kind of things you need to know. These are very, very important formulas, very important things. It's definitely going to come out in your exams. You're definitely going to get gross profit margin, net profit margin, ARR. They are very, very likely to come out in your exam. So all the best. So if this has been useful for you, please smash the like button and subscribe. Thank you very much, guys, and all the best in paper 2. Thank you. Bye-bye.